Listen, when the balloon finally goes up and the shelves empty in 47 minutes flat, 99% of preppers are still fighting their way down the interstate in a dead Prius, while a handful of people who never even called themselves preppers are already sleeping behind 30-inch thick concrete walls with a 6-month mountain of canned Chile and a perfect 360-degree view of anyone stupid enough to try them. And the wildest part, those concrete castles already exist in every single state. They're open 24 hours, and most of them still have shopping carts full of ammo, rice, and ibuprofen sitting in the aisles right now. I'm talking about specific Walmart supercenters that were built like medieval fortresses by accident. And the second panic hits, the smart money runs toward the blue sign, not away from it. Hear us, the dirty truth nobody wants to admit. In the first 72 hours of a real nationwide collapse, the places with the absolute highest concentration of calories, medicine, tools, and roofing over your head are big box stores. One single Walmart supercenter carries more usable survival resources than 1,000 suburban garages combined. The average location has roughly 142,000 square feet of enclosed space steel roll-up doors designed to withstand 120-mile-an-hour hurricane winds, a pharmacy vault that laughs at crowbars, and a garden center with chain-link fencing you can pull down in 10 minutes flat. But not all Walmarts are created equal. Some were built on flat ground with glass fronts and 4 exits that can be secured if your life depended on it, and it will, while others are literal accidental bunkers placed on elevated terrain with only 2 public entrances and a loading dock that backs up to a sheer 20-foot drop-off. Those are the ones that become instant fortresses the moment the last employee walks out and the first prepared group rolls the security gates shut. First unbreakable rule: elevation is king. The specific stores built on the top of hills or ridges control gravity, water runoff, and every line of sight for half a mile. Water flows downhill. Bullets don't climb as easy, and anybody trying to rush you has to come uphill, exposed the entire way. I've mapped 37 Walmart supercenters across the lower 48 that sit on terrain steep enough that you can roll 55-gallon drums straight down the parking lot and turn an angry mob into bowling pins. The store in Boone, North Carolina. The one in Flagstaff, Arizona. The supercenter outside Chattanooga. On Lookout Mountain, those parking lots are natural kill zones that would make a Roman legion jealous. Second non-negotiable: single choke point entrance. The Holy Grail is a supercenter built into the side of a hill with the customer doors only on the upper level and the entire lower level being grocery receiving with just 1 truck ramp. When you drop the roll-up gate on that ramp, the only way in is the 2 front sliding doors, and those can be barricaded with shopping carts full of 50-pound dog food bags stacked for high in under 30 seconds. I'm talking about the store in Clarksburg, West Virginia, the one in Prescott, Arizona, and the absolute monster in St. George, Utah Tatasa, for 100-foot sheer red cliff behind the garden center. Good luck flanking that. Third advantage nobody talks about: the roof. These buildings are flat commercial roofs rated to hold 40 pounds per square foot of snow load, meaning you can stack a dozen grown men with rifles up there and the building won't even notice. Add the fact that almost every supercenter has rooftop HVAC units that give you perfect chest-high cover in 360 degrees, and you've just inherited a guard tower that overlooks every approach. Rain collection is trivial. Just unscrew the downspouts and run tarps into the 275-gallon IBC totes most stores keep in the back for lawn chemicals. One moderate rainstorm on a 142,000 square foot roof gives you 80,000 gallons of water, enough for 100 people for 6 months if you filter it. Fourth, survival reality. The pharmacy vault and grocery cage are already built to Department of Defense specs because of opioid theft. Those roll-down steel slat doors are rated to stop 44 Magnum at point-blank range. The cage around the grocery overstock pallets in the back is literally prison-grade fencing. All you have to do is throw a $15 master lock on it the first night, and you've got a fortress within a fortress containing 6 months of antibiotics, insulin, and 40,000 cans of chili that idiots on YouTube told everyone to avoid because sodium the part that actually scares me. Most of these locations still have functional natural gas emergency generators, sized for Black Friday, that were installed after the 2019 polar vortex. They sit inside chain-link cages with 500-gallon diesel tanks that are kept topped off year-round by contract. One spark from a big lighter, and you've got limited power for freezers, lights, and the electric fencing you're about to rig around the garden center. The catch: you have to be there within the first 6 hours to claim it, because corporate policy is to abandon the building the moment regional managers lose cell service. Fifth insight, and this one is cold but pure math: population density within 5 miles determines everything. The Supercenter in Los Lunas, New Mexico, has 4,200 people in a 10-mile radius. The one in rural Missouri outside Branson has fewer than 8,000 within 20 miles. Compare that to the store off I-75 in Atlanta, where 300,000 people will arrive on foot by day 4. Pick the low population choke point stores, and you're playing on easy mode. Sixth rule: the garden center is your escape hatch. Every single one of those outdoor fenced areas has a double swing gate wide enough for a pickup truck. You parked a box truck's nose-to-nose inside that gate on day 1, and VA just created a sally port you can open in 30 seconds if you ever need to bug out or let friendlies in. Try doing that with your Suburban. The darkest open secret is that a well-organized group of 12 adults with basic discipline can hold one of these structures against hundreds for months. The aisles become perfect rifle lanes, the clothing racks become movable barricades, the toy section has enough pool noodles and yoga mats to soundproof, a quiet room for kids, and the automotive department has enough motor oil to keep the generator running until 2027. VA walked these buildings at 3 a.m. with night vision, and the layout is a defender's dream. Long straight sight lines, multiple fallback positions, and exactly 0 windows on the back half. So, when your phone finally loses signal and the gas pumps go dry, don't run to the woods with a 45-pound bug-out bag like the forums told you. Look up the 3 closest supercenters built on hills with loading docks that can be approached from behind. Print the satellite view tonight, because Google Maps dies with the grid. The first group that gets there locks the gates, posts guards on the roof, and starts organizing the millions of calories already inside wins the collapse lottery. Everybody else is fighting over scraps in the parking lot while you re-eating Chef Boyardee, heated over sterno on the patio furniture display. Civilization doesn't end with a bang. It ends with a blue metal doors rolling down at 6:02 p.m. on day 1, and a handful of people who understood accidental architecture suddenly owning the safest square footage in North America. Choose your castle wisely.